Hello again, Corey Machiavelli here. I still cannot sleep. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm drinking a coffee right now. It's kind of like homeopathy or whatever it's called in English. Maybe I can sleep after the coffee. But today's topic, a little story I wanted to tell you, is why I stopped drinking energy drinks around 3 to 4 weeks ago after being a complete energy drink addict and coffee hater for 10 years. So, back when I was 11 years even, back when I was 14, I discovered that I could legally buy energy drinks. Back when in Germany, the minimum age for buying an energy drink in your local supermarket was 16 years old. We had some Italian and Turkish supermarkets that didn't take the age control that seriously, right? And back then, like 11 years ago, you could get those bottles of Booster, like 1.5 liters of Booster. And during my lunch break in school, I bought two of them. And I drank like, I don't know, 3 liters in like 2 days. And I didn't drink anything else but the fucking Booster energy drink right out of the bottle. And I had smarter decisions right back then. So I was awake until next morning. I didn't sleep. Went to school without sleeping. Was up all night playing video games at home. I'd almost like fell asleep in class, which made my teacher contact my mother for that, and so on. Now, this of course didn't stop there. I was like regularly regularly drinking energy drinks at the age of like I don't know, 14, 15. And it started to become a habit that as I got older, as I got like I was 16 years old, and I was allowed to buy energy drinks from the supermarket every morning going to school. I stopped at the supermarket, bought myself a Monster energy drink, and drank it on the way to school. During lunch break, I went to the supermarket, bought another Monster energy drink, drank it. And this went on for years. So, I was never really a coffee drinker because I don't like the taste of coffee. Actually, I don't like the really bitter taste of coffee. It was just never, bitter things were never really my kind of taste. I was always the fan of like salty, spicy, and sweet. And now, therefore, I was like always stuck on energy drinks and cold coffees, these like cold bottles of coffee that have slim to none caffeine in them, but they do taste acceptable for a coffee, right? And this went on, and when I started smoking weed, I had to get energy drinks to get up in the morning, so I consumed more of them, like I think a liter a day or something. Just smoking weed, drinking energy drinks, drinking coffee all day. Sometimes even 4 or 5 cups of cappuccino at work, paired with the 1 liter of energy drinks, so 2 cans of Monster, just to fucking stay awake at work and not fall asleep there high. And so, again, this habit kept going on for years, and now I am like 25, and at the age of like 24, I began noticing that this took a strain on my heart. So, what has happened is that a year or 1.5 years ago, I began to develop some kind of weird ass heart condition, and every time I drink an energy drink right now, like it was rare at first, but it became more and more common. Nowadays, every time I drink too much caffeine or if I drink an energy drink or something, I get a kind of like stabbing pain in my heart with a sort of numbness that goes down to my shoulder. And also, I get like dizzy and start sweating like a maniac. And this was a condition that wasn't really that prevalent, or just when I was drinking like two energy drinks a day. So like a year ago, so I reduced it to one can of energy drink per day, one can of Monster Energy. And while that may have helped, after a while, things started to get worse. So I started noticing even after the can, or if I have only slept like 3 hours and drank a can of Monster Energy, I started noticing this pain in my chest. It's like very pain. Heart is something is not really going right with my heart, and it pulls down to my arms. And this led to a couple of weeks ago when I actually almost had a, I don't know if it was a heart attack, but these similar like symptoms in school, and I almost collapsed. And that's when the people from my university, from my school, had to contact an ambulance because I almost like broke on the floor, so I couldn't really like move anymore. I was like sweating, couldn't really see or move. I was just laying down on the this like sort of mattress they have for sick people, and I was sweating everywhere, sweating from my arms, and I really like, I don't know, it was just feeling like a slight heart attack, of some sort. And the interesting thing about this whole thing is like the paramedics came. They looked at me. They tested me with an something electronical, these electronical measurements, and they didn't found a thing. So they couldn't notice anything. So they went away. And after that, I was at the doctor's office multiple times with this already. They also said they couldn't find anything relating to my heart. My heart looks quite normal. However, since that story in the school, I haven't had that much problems with my heart anymore. So nowadays it's like okay, like after like 2 weeks of quitting energy drinks completely, I still have that one can of Monster Chaotic in my home, and I still occasionally look at it and wonder, yeah, I could drink this right now, and then my brain tells me like, wait, you know what happened last time? Do you want to get transported into hospital again? Do you want to have the ambulance called into you again? And then it's an automatic block. So after 10 years of being a completely energy drink addict, this is like the last sort of cut, so to say. And the interesting thing that happened is this problem, this like heart problem that I had, like slowly reduced, and nowadays, like now, even after 2 weeks, it is not prevalent anymore. So it doesn't matter how much coffee I drink. It seems like some kind of chemical in this like Monster Energy has fucked me up really badly, like fucked my heart up really badly. And I also began to see like mental differences, like I'm not as hectic anymore. not as really like I need to do everything fast and I can be more calm. And uh, this has made me like enjoy things a little more. I have better concentration, better focus. So overall, this was probably one of the best decisions I could have made. I do not regret directly like drinking that many energy drinks because they are tasty, right? It might have been a waste of money, but what ain't a waste of money nowadays? But I would have regretted it if I was like really, if I pulled it further. I wouldn't have stopped at that point and fell into a coma or some shit because what I've heard from people, from my aunt, and from other reports of people in the US, for example, that there have been reports of people who fell into a coma or died because of drinking energy drinks. Because after a while, if you're a regular drinker of those, this takes a strain on your heart, which is kind of immeasurable, and not really that well studied. Which is why, if you drink a can or two of those every day, you should watch out because it may not be noticeable, but that shit nags on you. It bites you slowly away. That being said, thank you for watching.